Yeah, I don't know what to say, y'all. I don't know what to say. I'm shocked and disappointed at the same time. Yeah. I gotta keep it real with y'all. I gotta keep it a buck with y'all. Stardom Cinderella Tournament 2023, I'd have to say so far has been my least favorite. Especially with this outcome and with this show. I gotta keep it a buck with y'all. I'm not saying that the matches were bad or anything like that, but ooh, a handful of the booking made no sense to me, especially up to this point. But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. But this show overall, this Cinderella tournament this year's definitely my least favorite out of all the ones I've watched over the years. Definitely my least favorite. But we're gonna talk about it. But before we get into it, before we dive in, because I got some ranting to do, be sure to check out the link in the description for Game Beauty for an awesome video game themed layout of makeup and cosmetic products. You see something you like and want to make a purchase, be sure to use the promo code BlitzballChamp. You can get 10% off your order. So, nice little discount. Use it. Okay. The Stardom Cinderella Tournament 2023. This pay-per-view was the semifinals and finals, as well as some other matches. There were absolutely no championships on the line. But before we get into it, I also want to give a shout out to Azumi for successfully retaining the high-speed championship in her match against Saki Kashima previously. I believe it was yesterday or day before yesterday. But yeah, successfully retained. That is 11 defenses for Azumi. Still going strong as high-speed champion. Also, Ali Kaba, Shuri and Julia teamed up for one last time. I thought that was pretty cool, and they were able to pick up a victory over Mai Hime, so I thought that was really cool. But yeah, gotta give them shout outs. And of course, you and Nanae Takahashi still your Goddess of Stardom tag team champions. But and shout out to Saya Kamitani getting revenge on Mina Shirakawa by spitting mist in her face. Getting back at her for what Mina did to Saya Kamitani at the press conference for All-Star Grand Queendom. So, had to throw that in there. Anyway, on to Cinderella Tournament, semifinals and finals. Okay, first off, I want to say, Stardom, look, y'all have got to be better about showing your pre-show matches for some of your shows. We didn't even get a chance to see HANAKO versus Aya Sakura, your one pre-show match, which typically you show the pre-show matches on your YouTube channel and maybe one, sometimes two matches of the pay-per-view for free on the YouTube channel. You didn't do that. on the purchased pay-per-view through Paya live stream, still didn't show the pre-show match. Which means I have to wait until y'all upload it on Stardom World. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like, what's the point of being able to do all that and you don't show your pre-show match? I mean, if it's supposed to be a dark match, say so, but don't advertise it on your Twitter page. Don't advertise it if it's meant to be a dark match. Let it be a dark match. But when you say it's a pre-show match and you're advertising it, why do you not show it? And we have to wait until it gets uploaded to Stardom World. I think that's ridiculous. I think that's really ridiculous. But they didn't show the HANAKO versus Aya Sakura match. The only thing that they did post was the results, which it was a 5-minute, which was a time limit draw. Apparently the match was only 5 minutes long, ended in a time limit draw. So, what a waste. What a waste. It would have been nice to see that match. That's all I'm saying. Especially being that it was advertised. So, I'm just saying. Anyway, continuing on, they went ahead and they knocked out the 2 semifinal matchups first. First one was Mai Sakurai of Donna Del Mundo versus Waka Tsukiyama of Cosmic Angels. I got a bone to pick with this. Got a bone to pick. Now it was a pretty decent match, pretty solid match. Especially for both ladies, and the build up to this match was definitely good. Mai Sakurai defeats Waka Tsukiyama, pins her for the 1-2-3 after hitting her with a Harlem Hangover. And Mai Sakurai advances to the Cinderella Tournament finals. So just like that, Waka loses again. Let me ask a question. So, what the heck was the point of Wakamania? What the heck was the point of her winning matches in this tournament? You had a golden opportunity for Waka Tsukiyama to win the Cinderella Tournament, going through a Cinderella story of finally winning matches, and you have her come up short. What the heck was the point? What the heck was the point? You had her on a win streak. She was even winning matches in the regular Stardom shows after New Blood Premium. Won 2 Cinderella Tournament matches. Perfect opportunity to have her win the Cinderella Tournament. What was the point? What was the point? What was the point? We'll get to more of that in a little bit. Next was the other semifinal match. MIRAI versus Ami Sohrei. Of course, both these ladies in God's Eye. This was a good match. Definitely back and forth. Both ladies know each other very well, not only as opponents, but also as tag team partners as well, because remember, they did compete in the Goddess of Stardom Tag League together. And they also competed together in the Triangle Derby with Shuri, of course. Great match, hard-hitting, back and forth. MIRAI was able to put away Ami Sohrei after a running lariat. Pinned her for the 1-2-3. And MIRAI Which, by the way, both these ladies were sporting new gear, by the way. Thought both had on really rocking new gear. Thought it was great. But MIRAI, back in the finals of the Cinderella Tournament. So, 2023 Cinderella Tournament finals came down to My Sakurai versus MIRAI. Not really what I was hoping for. Not what I was hoping for at all. But there you have it. Next up, we had a trios match where we had stars Momo, Kohgo, Hazuki, and Koguma taking on Club Venus's Mariah, Xena, and Jessie. This was definitely an action-packed match. I felt like both teams got in a good amount of offense and were showcased really well. And, you know, Jessie seems to be fitting in pretty nicely with Club Venus. And sure enough, she was able to pick up the victory for Club Venus after hitting Momo Kohgo with the Joyride and pinning her 1-2-3. And Mariah and Club Venus talked mad trash at Momo Kohgo, which, you know, Momo Kohgo's been on a losing streak. You know, she hasn't really won hardly much, even after joining Stars. So, Momo Kohgo's been pretty much the main jobber of Stars. And, you know, Club Venus, Mariah and the ladies clapped at her. Momo Kohgo did clap back. I don't know what's to come from that. But I have a feeling, which I'll get into about Momo Kohgo specifically a little later. There's a reason I'm waiting. But Club Venus picks up the victory. Okay, next up we had a 12-women tag match. Pretty much a faction showdown. So we had Queen's Quest. The ladies were Utami, Hayashishita, Azumi, Saya, Kamitani, Hina, Miyu, Amasaki, and Lady C, taking on Oedo Tai, made up of Natsuko, Tora, Momo, Watanabe, Starlight Kid, Saki, Kashima, Ruaka, and Hina. And of course, this match was pretty chaotic, as expected. I mean, there's 12 ladies total, so I expected it to be pretty chaotic. The match didn't last as long as I thought it was going to last, but I mean, it's kind of a unique match. I mean, you normally don't see a 12-woman tag match. You know what I mean? So this was kind of unique in its own way. But Miyu Amasaki took an onslaught of offense at the end before Hina finished her off with a pink devil and pinned her for the 1-2-3. And Oedo Tai reigns supreme in this match over Queen's Quest. But yeah, it was a pretty chaotic match. Okay, next up we had another trios match. Stars back in action once again, which, by the way, Koguma ended up joining guest commentary for the rest of the show. Anyway, we had stars Miyu Iwatani, Saya Ida, and Hanan taking on Power Passion Pineapple, which is Nanae Takahashi, Yu, and Yuna Mizumori. This was a pretty action-packed match. Definitely one of the main matches that I did like throughout the card. I definitely like this match. Both sides look really strong. Saya Ida was doing her thing. She was kind of working Nanae Takahashi for quite a bit in this match. That was actually impressive. But I thought this was a solid match. Definitely a solid match. But Nanae Takahashi gets the victory for Power Passion Pineapple as she submits Saya Kamitani with a crossface, almost kind of like a bulldog choke, you know, but bulldog choke crossface, sort of. submission, but was able to make her tap out. So, Power Passion Pineapple with the victory. Afterwards, Mayu Iwatani got on the mic, said some words. Looks like she was, getting geared up and ready to look towards her IWGP Women's Championship match at All-Star Grand Queendom on April 23rd. And as she was talking in the ring, in comes a sneak attack from Mercedes Moné, hits the backstabber on Mayu, and pretty much she reveals herself, talks some smack on the mic, and even talks some smack backstage after the attack. But once again, Mercedes Moné drops Mayu Iwatani. At first, she slapped her. Then at the press conference, slapped her, dropped her with the moneymaker. And then, Cinderella Tournament Finals, she drops her a third time with the backstabber. Definitely was not a good night for stars, and especially Mayu Iwatani. Dropped 3 times in a row now from Mercedes Moné. It's getting pretty intense as it gets closer to April 23rd, eh? Anyway, next up, you had, which I thought was advertised to be a UWF rules match between Shuri and Konami. That did not happen. It ended up being a regular match. While the match was still good, I mean, these ladies know each other very well. According to the Stardom Twitter, this was advertised to be a UWF rules match. And they did not do that. So, another fail there. So, they didn't show the pre-show match. This was supposed to be a UWF rules match. That didn't happen. This just ended up being a normal match. I was wondering because they were in their regular wrestling gear and not like their, the same gear that they wore when they last did a UWF rules match. It's ridiculous. Really, really ridiculous. But the match was still good. I mean, they had a normal match. It was still good. I mean, I like both ladies, Konami and Shuri. They always bring it. But Shuri was able to get the victory, hitting a PK on Konami. And then they embraced after the match. But Shuri once again defeats Konami. Doesn't seem like Konami can get the best of Shuri, it seems. Oh well. But hey, they're stablemates, so it's all good. And they're like sisters, so they have a bond. But Shuri defeats Konami. Okay, and then we had the finals of the Cinderella Tournament 2023. It came down to Mai Sakurai of Donna Del Mundo versus Mirai of God's Eye. The match was alright. Now, here's my thing. Throughout the whole entire match, Mirai, not one time did Mirai attempt a single Miramare. She did 2 Miramare shocks. Mai Sakurai kicked out of both of them. But not one time did she even attempt a Miramare. That Kimura lock that she does. She didn't even attempt a Miramare in her match against Ami Sohrei. And of course, Mai Sakurai, she was, hitting everything. The single leg drop kicks, the diving elbow drop. She even tried a Mai Pan roll, wasn't enough. And Mirai ends up getting the victory, not with a Miramare shock, not with a Miramare, not even with a running lariat. She pins Mai Sakurai after a diving crossbody, pretty much almost kind of like the high fly flow to a standing opponent. And that's how she wins the 2023 Cinderella Tournament. A diving crossbody. Yeah. Y'all don't see a problem with that? Y'all don't see a problem with that? Really? Y'all don't see a problem with that? No MIRAI. No MIRAI shock. I mean, she kicked out of 2 of them. No running lariat. A diving crossbody. She didn't even attempt a MIRAI. But MIRAI, for the 2nd year in a row, the 2nd woman to do it, first woman to do it was Miyu Utami, the first 2 years, 2015 and 2016. But MIRAI becomes the 2nd woman in Stardom history to win back-to-back Cinderella tournaments. Oh, but it gets better. Oh, it gets better. So the main event was the best 2 out of 3 falls faction showdown between Donna Del Mundo and Cosmic Angels. So with Donna Del Mundo, you had Julia, Micah, Himeka, Thekla taking on Cosmic Angels, Tam Nakano, Natsuko, Mina Shirakawa, and Saki. Now, the match itself was great. The match itself was great. Very action-packed, and I mean, it was best 2 out of 3 falls. I expected it to go the distance, and it did. It did. It was nice. It was really, really nice. So it went down like this. Julia picked up the first fall by pinning Tam after hitting her with a Northern Lights bomb. Then Cosmic Angels ties it up after Tam pins Julia with the Twilight Dream to tie it up 1-1. And then, poor Natsuko. Man, I feel like lately, ever since Meltier lost the Goddess of Stardom tag titles, I feel like Natsuko eats a lot of pins. But Micah puts away Natsuko with the Michinoku Driver 2 for the 2nd and final fall for Donna Del Mundo. So Donna Del Mundo wins this match 2-1 with falls picked up from Julia and Micah. And then it gets worse for Cosmic Angels. Now, we know that Tam Nakano does have her World of Stardom title opportunity at All-Star Grand Queendom. So that's still happening on April 23rd. But things got pretty bad for Cosmic Angels. As they were getting ready to leave the ring, Mina Shirakawa gets on the mic and declares that she is leaving Cosmic Angels to focus on Club Venus as its own unit. I mean, she started Club Venus. She's the leader of Club Venus. So, the follower is now a leader of her own unit. So, Mina Shirakawa got on the mic, declared that she was leaving Cosmic Angels. And then, all of a sudden, it sounds like she invited Waka Tsukiyama to join her and Club Venus. And Waka Tsukiyama accepts. So now Waka Tsukiyama is with Club Venus? What? What? And Tam Nakano is just torn. She's torn. Like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I kind of felt bad for Tam. I felt bad for her. Like, she's torn. I mean, pretty much how she left Stars. This is pretty much how Mina Shirakawa is leaving Cosmic Angels. I mean, Tam Nakano left Stars, formed Cosmic Angels. Mina Shirakawa leaves Cosmic Angels, forms Club Venus. And we gotta remember, Mina Shirakawa and Tam Nakano were like this. Going back to Waka Tsukiyama. This right here is why I do not understand her booking up to this point, even after she started winning from New Blood Premium. So let me get this straight. Waka Tsukiyama had this really long losing streak. She finally gets her first victory, which was in a tag team match with Tam Nakano, the same woman that gave her the ultimatum, win in 3 months or you're out of Cosmic Angels. She gets the victory in a tag team match. Yes, I understand she got the pin, but it was in a tag team match. Her first victory, tag team match, which I disagree with. It should have been a singles match. Tam's proud, Tam's happy, Waka's happy. It's all great. Waka Mania has begun. Cinderella Tournament begins. Waka starts winning even more. And she wins her first singles match. Wins 2 Cinderella Tournament matches. She even wins matches even outside of the Cinderella Tournament and the regular Stardom shows. She's been on the winning side. And then you have her lose to Mai Sakurai. She doesn't even make it to the finals, nor wins the Cinderella Tournament. And then just like that, she joins Club Venus. And Tam Nakano's torn about it. Y'all had the perfect opportunity to, number one, Waka's first victory should have been over Tam Nakano, which would have made this leaving Club Venus make even more sense. They could have had Waka get her first victory beating Tam. But yet, her first victory is in a tag team match with Tam by her side. And then we got Waka Mania, and she doesn't even freaking win the Cinderella Tournament. What was the point? What was the point? She should have won. I'm not saying whatever she wished for, she would have ended up winning that title match. But you had the perfect opportunity for a Cinderella story to end with a Cinderella Tournament victory. And they dropped the bomb. They dropped the ball. And then, all of a sudden, Saori Ano appears and she joins Cosmic Angels. What? What? Somebody's gonna have to help me out. Somebody's gonna have to help me out, because I don't get this booking. I don't get this booking at all. I really don't. This Cosmic Angels loses Mina Shirakawa, which that I can understand. She started her own unit. Loses Waka Tsukiyama. They gain Saori Ano. Just randomly. And you know what's interesting? So, each of the members of Club Venus can speak fluent English. I mean, think about it. You got Mina Shirakawa, who can speak English. Xena, Mariah May, Jessie, Waka, which Waka can speak English. Remember, she was born in the United States. So y'all know what that means, right? I think Momo Kohgo is going to be next to join Club Venus. I think she's going to turn on stars and join Club Venus. Because remember, Momo Kohgo can speak English. I'm thinking we're going to get a swerve and Momo Kohgo, the Peach Star, Komomo, is going to join Club Venus. Club Venus seems to be very open to international talent / English speaking talent. I mean, yeah, one could say that it's all about, you know, the voluptuous, sexy ladies in this group, but when you think about it, they all speak English. So that's what sticks out the most to me. I don't know, just Waka Tsukiyama doesn't seem that like that, you know, voluptuous, sexy, flirty type of girl, but she speaks English. So wow. So that gives Club Venus what? Mina, Mariah, Xena, Jessie, Waka. Dang, they got 5 members now. Dang, they got 5 members. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. They got 5 members. Club Venus is looking rather strong. They're increasing their numbers. And now Cosmic Angels is down to 4 ladies. Well, I guess technically you still have the Colors subunit, which, you know, Saki was a part of, Rina Amakura, Yuko Sakurai, Hikaru Shimizu. So I guess they kind of count. But when you think about it, you know, pure Cosmic Angels, I guess you could say, you know, is at 4. I mean, if you want to include Saki, that's fine. But yeah. So, but that's quite a turn of events for Cosmic Angels. Losing Mina Shirakawa and Waka Tsukiyama. And they get Saori Ano. That's crazy. That's crazy. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. But this was definitely my least favorite Cinderella tournament. And then Mirai comes out. She has on the Cinderella dress. You know, the crown, holding the glass slipper and all that. And she doesn't even make her wish. She is going to make her wish after All-Star Grand Queendom. So she hasn't even decided yet. So, with that being said, it makes me think of two possible wishes. She's either one, going to take another shot at the Wonder of Stardom Championship, which she tried to do last year but failed. Or she's going to wish for a shot at the IWGP Women's Championship. That's what I think. I think she's going to wish for either one of those two. But, man. This was crazy. This was, oh man, this was a crazy show. Really, really crazy show. And just was my least favorite Cinderella tournament. Like, and then it's like, I mean, with Mirai winning it for a second year in a row, she's got to win something. She didn't even walk away with a single belt last year. So, I mean, I would think she would have to walk away with something this time. Otherwise, then I'd have to question what's the point of her winning it a second time in a row. So, I don't know. I just, the matches were good. Just, some of the booking made no sense to me. It really made no sense to me. Especially that finals match with Mirai winning off a diving crossbody. That did not look good. That didn't look good. She didn't attempt a single Miramare the entire match. Like, just, that made no sense to me. Made absolutely no sense to me. But, yeah. That'll do it. That'll do it for this video. But, it's quite disappointing. I mean, that finals finish, Waka losing, and then her going to Club Venus, them not airing the pre-show match, just, yeah. Not my favorite Cinderella tournament, that's for sure. Definitely my least favorite. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Be sure to check out the link in the description for Game Beauty. And let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Overall, how did y'all feel about this year's Cinderella tournament? Seriously, how did y'all feel? Especially with tonight, with this pay-per-view. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they should go back to having the tournament all in one day. They used to do that. I didn't mind that personally, but, and I know that the past couple of years, the main event has been a title match, like the Wonder of Stardom Championship or World of Stardom Championship, which is fine. But, I don't know, to make more of a spotlight, being that, the name of the show is the Cinderella Tournament, maybe they should go back to the old format of just doing the whole tournament in a day. But then again, they had a lot more competitors this year, so I can understand why it was different. But yeah, just something to think about. But let me know what y'all's thoughts are. What did y'all think of the show? What did y'all think of the matches? How do y'all feel about Mirai being the second ever in Stardom history to win 2 back-to-back Cinderella tournaments? How do y'all feel about the whole Waka Tsukiyama coming up short? How do y'all feel about Mina Shirakawa and Waka Tsukiyama leaving Cosmic Angels, all in on Club Venus? Saori Ano joining Cosmic Angels, which, that's just freaking weird. Just out of nowhere. But let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, I'm your host, Jason Ingram. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend, and I will see y'all in the next video. God bless. Peace out.